This is TechCrunch. Apple takes a pretty tough stance on vibe coding apps as the company is blocking updates or removing those apps from the App Store. Affected apps include Replit, VibeCode, and Anything. While Replit and VibeCode's updates were paused, Anything's app was removed twice. The company is now looking for new ways, like offering a desktop version of its service to let users build apps for mobile devices. Anything's co-founder Dhruv Amin said in a conversation with TechCrunch that Apple removed its app back on March 26th. Since then, the company has been unable to get its app approved, despite a period where there was a brief reinstatement. Amin told TechCrunch, "It's been a long saga. We built a mobile app primarily to let our users who are building iOS apps preview their own app on their own device while developing it. We had no problems through December. Post-December, we and everyone else in the category started getting our updates blocked." Amin noted that Apple told the company that the app was restricted or removed because of its Developer Agreement Clause 2.5.2, which prevents apps from downloading, installing, or executing code. Apple told the company the app markets itself as a mobile app builder for iPhone and advertises making native iOS apps with features like one-tap App Store submissions, code export, and full source code editing. Amin said that when the company managed to get on a call with Apple, the iPhone maker told them that the Vibe coding app was removed because of the potential it could be used to download malicious code. In addition, Apple noted that a user could build a harmful app, sideload it on their phone, and then claim that it passed Apple's app review process. Anything's app was restored on April 3rd, but it was swiftly removed again as Apple told the company that it could not market itself as an app maker. Following the battle with Apple, Anything's maker is looking for other ways to allow people to build mobile apps. Earlier this month, the company launched a feature that let users build apps using the iMessage platform. The company said it will also build a desktop companion app that lets users vibe code mobile apps on their computer. In addition, Amin said that the company may instead look at Google's Android operating system for building its apps, as the platform is more open than iOS. Besides vibe coding app makers, Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney has been vocal about Apple's tactics. In a reply to Replit's Amjad Masad on social media, Sweeney said that Apple needs to stop blocking development tools apps ASAP. Now, earlier this month, The Information reported that thanks to AI-powered coding tools, Apple saw an 84% jump in app submissions in a single quarter. That could force Apple to change its human-led review processes. Plus, as AI-powered coding takes off, consumers might demand that platforms like Apple allow them to create apps for themselves. Amazon is moving in on the orbital mobile connectivity market that is currently dominated by Starlink. The company said on Tuesday that it had agreed to buy satellite company Globalstar, known for powering Apple's emergency SOS feature, for $11.57 billion in cash. The $90 per share deal will net Amazon all of Globalstar's satellite operations, infrastructure, and mobile satellite services spectrum licenses, enabling the larger company to flesh out its young satellite business. The announcement comes just days after Amazon CEO Andy Jassy touted Amazon Leo's roster of customers, which includes Delta Airlines, AT&T, Vodafone, Australia's national broadband network, and NASA. The company on Monday also showed off a new satellite internet antenna meant for commercial jets that promises high-speed internet during flights. The business is slated to launch with more than 3,200 satellites in low Earth orbit, though it has faced delays and has so far launched only about 200 satellites. Amazon eventually had to ask the FCC to extend a deadline that requires having about 1,600 satellites in orbit by July of this year. In comparison, the much larger Starlink currently operates more than 10,000 satellites, with which it offers internet services in about 150 countries to retail users as well as businesses. including the maritime and aviation industries. Globalstar has more than 24 satellites in low Earth orbit and has agreements in place to acquire more than 50 new satellites. The company also has an agreement with SpaceX to launch replacement satellites for its current constellation this year. Alongside that deal, Amazon said it had struck an agreement with Apple to continue providing satellite connectivity services for the iPhone and Apple Watch. Globalstar currently provides satellite services like emergency text messaging, requesting roadside assistance, and location sharing, available on Apple's iPhone 14 and later devices in certain regions. Amazon Leo is also slated to deploy its own direct-to-device satellite system from 2028, which would integrate with its current broadband and satellite systems. The company said it is aiming to develop a network of thousands of advanced satellites in low Earth orbit that would support hundreds of millions of customer endpoints around the world. That's all for now. For more stories like these, go to TechCrunch.com.